G'day folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go round all of the youngish jackfruit trees and make sure that they are being manipulated the way we want. So as you know, we grow them in the vase shape. So we'll be doing some of that today and making sure that the branches are going where we want them to. So Ian is making a start on this one. Now, as you can see, if I stand back a little bit, you can see how it's sort of leaning. And that's because our prevailing wind comes off the mountains, which are just over there. You can't see them because of all of that bamboo. But I assure you that there are mountains behind there. So the topography of the land and the mountains change the wind direction. The other problem is because the jackfruits are so vigorous, the branches don't get strong enough to be able to cope with that sort of wind. So until they do, the one that Ian's holding onto there, as you can see, is just not strong enough to withstand that. So we need to pull that back. So star pick it in the ground, and then we attach these soft ties, which we've spoken about before. These soft ties, they don't damage the branch.
Don't cut in as much, do they?
Yeah, don't cut in. So we find they work really well. And then to the soft tie, we tie the string, which would cut in if we were to put that directly on the branch, and then tie that to the star picket. Now, it may be that we have to come round again at some point and just readjust that as the branch grows. So soft tie goes on and just makes a loop. Which the string can then go through.
A little bit more.
Okay, so both of those branches now we've retightened and repositioned. It might seem like a lot of work, but got to remember that once these trees get established, that's it. So you want to make sure that you're getting them how you want them in the first place.
They're there for a long time, aren't they?
Yeah. Ian's just given this one a haircut. This is one of our younger grafted jackfruits. And as you can see, Ian already came around and took what would have been the main leader off there. So we've shown that in a previous video, to take the main leader off at about hip height. And then select which branches you want to keep to form your vase shape. So we've got 4 branches here. None of them are sitting over the top of one another.
Kind of try to be opposite so that the tree's balanced.
Yeah, opposite so that the tree's balanced. And we have got some string ties on this tree just to help to support it and keep it in position. Start to manipulate the branches out a little bit, and it's just a matter of coming around and retying those as the tree grows.
You can't go too early, otherwise if it's too soft and you try and pull down too much, it'll bend.
Yes.
So just steady.
On to the next one. This is actually going quite fast. Another haircut. And again, as we've explained before in previous videos, we don't really want any branches within about a metre of the main trunk.
Want light getting in there and
airflow.
Yeah.
Yeah, ventilation and light. And again, this one has had the main leader taken out, and we are left with the 4 branches which are going to form the vase shape.
So this branch here needs to be pulled back.
So you can see there the aim of what we're doing, so that hopefully we end up with something like these. That's the plan.
The long-term plan.
That's the hardest part, threading the string through the holes. Leftover star pickets come in very handy sometimes, don't they?
Yeah, star pickets are in Australia fencing, used for electric fencing, barbed wire fencing. So star shaped, and then one side has holes for the wire to run through. We've just cut these in half.
That's much better. So you can see how that tree has straightened up.
These, because they're on the west side, get blown that way anyway. So if anything, you need to make these stay
Lift up more. And we will sometimes, as the tree gets stronger, we will use the opposite branch to do that.
Yeah.
I think we have shown that in other videos, where we will tie branch to branch in order to lift that far branch up. One of our more established trees, this is a good example of why we try and keep the first metre of each branch clear, because that's where all our fruit comes off. So you can see here, plenty of jackfruits. And we've got some male flowers. So we want good light interception on those branches, good airflow, and that equals good fruit. Really good time to do this type of job, because we've had rain or showers for the last couple of weeks. So the ground is nice and soft for hammering in the star pickets.
For me hammering in the star pickets.
So this is one of our young grafted jackfruits. It's not quite tall enough to have the main leader taken out yet. We usually wait until they're about 1.8 meters tall before we take out the main leader. You almost did it. Stop. Honestly. We wait until it's about 1.8 meters, and then we'll take out the main leader and select which branches we want. But in the meantime, have you finished? In the meantime, you can see that this has definitely been affected by those winds that come down off the mountains. So all we're going to do for now is just pop a star picket in, just so that we can stake it and give it some support from the wind. So we've done quite a few jackfruit trees, but we've still got some up near the house. The problem is that we also have water pipes running up near the house, so we've got to be very careful where we start hammering in star pickets. So for that reason, Ian is about to do some water divining.
I used to think this was hocus pocus.
Did you see that? Do that again.
I'll go over here. Side. So I've literally just got it between those 3 fingers. And fairly tight. That's about right. I know it runs there somewhere. How weird is that?
It's pretty cool.
Right, so we've got plenty of room for
Yeah.
putting star pickets on it.
And that does, from memory, that is about right for the water pipe that we ran.
Really weird. I'm a witch.
A witch or a wizard? We're not making this up, folks. This is real. Okay, we're on to the last tree now. And this one is now tall enough that we can take the main leader out and select which branches we want to form the vase shape. We have popped the star picket into the ground so that we can support the main trunk, and fingers crossed, no water leak.
I'm a wizard.
So, we don't, when we select the branches to come out, we don't want them to be sort of coming out any lower than, say, my hip height. So these ones here are going to be too low. So we're going to take those off. Okay, so we've removed all the lower ones that we don't want. Now, this one is also quite low, but you can also see the thickness of this branch compared to the thickness of these other branches that are coming off. This is likely to be extremely vigorous and dominant and overtake anything else. So we definitely don't want anything like that, and it is too low anyway. Now, this branch here is not too low, but when we compare it to the branches above, it's quite weak, and it may continue to be weak. So do we want to select that as one of our main branches? Probably not. Okay, so now I can clearly see that I've got this branch here. One. I've got one round this side. That's 2. I've got one here, 3, and one here, 4. And that's ideally what we want to form eventually the vase shape. I can also see that these branches are not over the top of each other. Great, so now I've got my 4 branches selected. I'm going to take the main leader off. So just to double check, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take the main leader off here, but I'm going to leave a little bit of the branch which will die back. I don't want to cut it too close to where I've got this branch coming off. I need to leave a little bit to allow that to die back and heal the wound. I always feel really bad when I do that.
Apologise to the tree.
It's like chopping the head off something. Ooh, I'm so sorry, tree. I also cut that on a slant rather than horizontal, so that if we do get rainfall, it allows it to run off and not just sit there. So now you can see that we've got our 4 branches. That looks really good. They're not over the top of one another, and they're also quite evenly spaced around the tree, so they will grow into that nice vase shape. It's good to do this when the tree is young like this and the main leader is only about 1 centimetre, rather than having this huge big wound on your tree. That will heal quite nicely now. Okay, so we are supporting the trunk of the tree now. Pop the soft tie on, pop the string to the star picket so it'll be protected from any winds that come from that direction, and support the main trunk. So that's it for today, guys. We finished all the jackfruits in the paddock. We're going to knock off now, but we just want to say thank you so much for watching once again. If you enjoyed our video, give it a great big thumbs up, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.